Alrighty, so influence number three is going to be television. And the reason why I chose television is because it's a heavy influence. It always has been, but the reason why it's so heavy now is because we have so much access to it nowadays. You don't necessarily have to have a box in your living room anymore. Now, it's accessible through the internet. We have our phone devices. There's so many different networks now. You have Netflix and Hulu and all of these different sources now of television where, we have access to it. And granted, there could be, and there is some valuable information in television that we all need. It is a source of entertainment that we all enjoy. So, not to say that everything is bad or everything is wrong, but again, an influence. And we have to, again, either negative or positive is the influence that we are actually pouring into ourselves. So there's all kinds of entertainment. We have movies, we have reality shows now, which who knows how true they are, but they exist. We have soap operas, there's Jerry Springer, you have the news. Even that can be a negative influence. Um, so there's all these different types of ways to entertain ourselves nowadays. And again, we just have to be careful what we're putting before our eyes and what we are pouring into ourselves. So with that being said, thinking about television and how much time we're actually putting into that. Now they have series and different things that keep us addicted. You know what I mean? Shows that keep us watching week after week, to know what's gonna happen next. And there's nothing wrong with that type of entertainment. But one thing about television nowadays is that it takes us out of the reality of life. There's way more dramas than there has ever been on television. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but again, these are stories and they're scripts that are written. So having those things that are not reality take up so much of our true lives, our real lives, it can have us in a capacity where we're so taken by the fantasy, to where we start living fantasies. So we have to really be careful about how much of it we're actually consuming, because again, it just takes us away from reality. It's taking us away from our families, it's taking time away from relationships and different things, all to again entertain ourselves. And let's go into the negative and the positive. On the negative side, you have things that are just absolute crazy that people are entertained by. Not even just kids, but grown people, are filming people fighting, or people getting beat, or people committing suicide, all kinds of crazy acts of people that we are watching and we're entertained by. Like, that to me, that would be a negative influence, and it's a tainted perspective. Why are we entertained by violence? Um, and it's one thing to be a scripted out movie, but like I said, people are actually filming people in these acts, and it's crazy. On the positive side, there's so much access to encouragement and to counsel and for so many other things, again, on a positive note, that are in television as well. um, Again, it's all about measuring out the influence and weighing out the influence that it's really having on you. How much television are you watching that's actually changing or helping your life? Like, if you think about it like that, um, there's time there that's wasted pretty much. And not to say that you're not allowed to entertain yourself or anything like that. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with this source of entertainment. However, again, when we're talking about positive and negative influences, how much of it are we consuming that's actually going to better us in our lives, you know? Um, so, just something to think about, is it really adding to you? Is it taking from you? Is it draining you? I've seen some stuff that can drain the life out of me, that make me feel so depressed after watching. It's like I don't want to do it, so for me, like the choices of things that I watch, I'm very, very careful with, because like I said, it can, just like the music, it can bring out certain emotions. It could either take me up or it can take me down. Things can make me laugh, so I enjoy laughing. So, in that sense, it can be good, so again, it's just really based upon what is it really doing for me in my life. So that is influence number 3.